I mean, hi. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Soul Tribe. Soul Tribe Wolverine. Calling it Wolverine first, and then it was, the Wolverine Deadpool combo. Because that's divine masculine, divine feminine energy. It's like a marriage. Dudes getting married. Hey. I didn't create the universe. Set the shit up. I don't think I did. In a way, we all did. Because we're like co-creators. But like, we weren't like the master architect or something like that. Kind of just like learning how things work. I'm learning how tents work and how heat works in a tent. So you gotta insulate it a little bit. And it's kind of hard to do because like the walls are like kind of like so flimsy and they don't support that much weight. But yeah, I got been getting challenged by like 15-degree weather. It's like 29 right now. Been getting low, but that 15 degree or 10 to 15, that was, and my heater, my relatively new heater, propane heater, it decided that it's gonna be problematic. So I was just like, oh man, it made me feel bad. I feel bad, but it made me reflect. And I was ranting at some point and like just pissed off because it made me reflect on what the home free, the unhoused, the home free, homeless, whatever, what they have to deal with, and it's brutal. Not just, the temperatures and the difficulty of existing in a space that our government doesn't want them to even be in, and they make that clear in a lot of ways. But it's the fact that they're not all great people down at this level. There's a lot of really wounded souls, and as you know, hurt people. Right? So they go around stealing and robbing and different things. There's assault. There's killing. I'd be killing people down here. And witnessed any murders for the past 7-8 months. Probably wasn't too far from something like that. And I was on the receiving end of I was gonna say lighter attacks. Actually, someone did like try to like, I'm going to snuff out your life. I mean, like, he was explaining it like before he was gonna do it, and as he was like trying to do it. Oh man, too nice to these lost souls. I project my goodness. onto them and hope for the best. You know, I listen to their stories, and learning discernment was a challenge. It took a lot of being wrong. It took being wrong a lot of times. But yeah, I don't. Folks, come on now. Like, you gotta know, there's an element of danger in this world, especially considering that it's still in the upside down state. I mean, Trump did win, and things are churning around. That is. But we don't have heaven on earth yet. We'll get there. Anywho, speaking of heaven on earth, you know, since I'm not, putting out any big speeches or going all out about who I am and why I'm here soul-wise, like I was writing about for hours today. But I write very slow. I'm just kidding. I wrote one page. Since I'm not doing any of that, any major reveals, I just want to talk about. I just want to bring up a couple subjects that need attention. There's a lot of subjects that need attention, but for me, a lot of them are about the injustice that exists in such a way that, we're forced to take it or like fight the power, except nobody's really fighting the power so much as I am. But see, I don't fight power. I absorb it, I alchemize it, kind of like learn from it and adopt it and make it my bitch. JK. Although, you know what, that is interesting, because I was listening to some readings, some tarot readers they were all singing the same tune right to me. And even this one AI one where it was like, Jesus wants you to hear this. It was it's actually more, that one was actually more positive. It said a lot of the same stuff that light said, but it was a lot more positive. Like, the angels are protecting this divine union, and they are working behind the scenes to make sure that, everything is gonna be okay. It's like perfect, because this is ushered in a cataclysmic. Your meeting is ushered in a cataclysmic event, and then they go on to explain how, which is really, it's fun to listen to, because I feel like you're learning about the spirit realm to a good degree. But they were like, but you know what, I'm learning a lot about interpersonal dynamics regarding the wounded, the pretentious, the gamers. Now, I used to wear a mask because I didn't know who I was, and I was pretending to be someone that wasn't trash, because I believed I was trash. But yeah, I used to wear a mask, so like, I spent time in the role that some of these people play towards me now. But what's funny is they don't realize who I am now doesn't play games at that level anymore. Like, I'm my agendas. I wear my agendas on my tits, on my sleeve, and no, I'm just very straightforward, and this happens a lot, and I'll catch myself sometimes where I say something, and it won't be often that I catch. Most other people catch it, or they hear sarcasm. They but they don't hear it. They're projecting sarcasm onto what I'm saying. But what I'm saying does sound a little bit like sarcastic because it's like so hopeful and not like it's optimistic, but it's like counseled optimism. It's like into darkness integrated into, but somehow still optimistic. So it's like it's not as naive. And yeah, so sometimes I'll hear it where I'm like, I say something in an interaction with someone, and like, oh yeah, see that sounds a little sarcastic, but really like that's the opposite of how I meant it. You know what? Ever since I realized that I do that, I can't really try to do that more. That would be me wearing a mask again, right? That would be me beginning a game of some sort of like, I'm gonna be this person for this particular result, and it's not like that anymore. I'm rolling some legal grass. So yeah, y'all can cancel me if you want, or whatever. I don't give a fudge. I want to start making videos for kids. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm missing out on that. You know, neglected. They're neglected. Oh my God, speaking of neglected kids. I made friends with a couple children at the park. This was about a month ago. They reminded me a lot of my two sons. It was two boys, two guys. They were maybe slightly younger than my kids, but you know, it just takes me back to a little bit before when they were that size. And it's funny because they had a little similar dynamic too. It's like a mirror in a way. One of them was divine feminine, one was divine masculine. You know, different archetypes of character and attunement. And you know, just as expected, it was similar to Tristan and Kyle, my sons, where like the older one was kind of like real kind of dismissive. He learned to become dismissive of his brother, because that was his way. That was a game he had learned to play. And Kyle, I love them both dearly. I'm just afraid that my Tristan isn't there. It's a someone can be in a body. A body can be walking around, right? But the psyche of that person, of that being, could have been through so much trauma and humiliation of some sort, a frustration, like extreme frustration, from parental problems or grandparental problems. And we know narcissism is the connection between narcissism and demons is real. So yeah, parasites exist attached to people, and they use these people to drain energy from others. Like vampires, but hidden. Because there are physical parasites. There are real insect parasites that can get in our skin, get in our eyes, get in all kinds of things. But we're talking about spectrum of energy. Talking about an area of vibration of that an area of that spectrum that our senses don't perceive that. So we wouldn't see them because we only see like this much of the spectrum with our senses. More with our intuition and stuff like that. Maybe like our inner eye, your ear. Smoke power there. But most people aren't operating at that level. Or are they? This is a flashlight, by the way, just in case you were curious. I look like I'm dressed. I'm dressed like Arab, like I'm in desert. I look like a sheik. The sheik. The sheik, he is here. Aziz. Light. Aziz, light. Oh my gosh, I love doing movie impressions. I've come to find out from making content like this, that I love doing movie impressions, all by myself. All by myself while I do them for myself. But you get to watch them too. And I do Russian accent too. I'm trying to think of Russian person who I could be like, oh, I'm doing so and so, Dolph Lundgren from Rocky 4. Okay. How's it going? I can't remember what his name is, but yeah. Dolph Lundgren. I forgot where he's from. Oh yeah, talk about fucking he's a beast. He was a beast. I mean, probably still is. He's like different kind of animal, kind of like Bruce, but less charming. Way less charming. Bruce had. I was gonna say it all. And you know what? Let's say so. Let's say it. Bruce had it all. And except for the love and safety of his own love, protection, safety, and what do you call it? Common interest of his own government and their willingness to allow basically just a toxic system / society and all the things that come with it, to be a poison to him, and then to let another aspect of that of the sickness of the culture, have him like fucking making making a bunch of shitty movies. He can't even remember what scene he's in. He's like, he's struggling with his memory, and that was disregarded. But guy was probably like, "Oh, Bruce, trying to think of something like that." It's like, "Oh, Bruce, we gotta do the next scene, scene 5." He's like, "I already did 3 scenes today," and they're like, "Oh no, you didn't. You don't remember? We didn't do those," or some shit like that. Like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, let's do scene 5. Fuck it. Yeah, okay, let's do scene 5. Oh, dude, a Bruce Willis accent. I never really tried. He just has some great one-liners. He's played some amazing characters over the years, and they weren't all actions. I feel like I've been rolling this for forever. I'm just like fucking moving stuff around on the deck. All right, I'm gonna focus and get this done. But yeah, Bruce Willis played. Oh yeah, Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Everyone knows that one. Yippee-ki-yay, mother fudgers. Oh, this is a cool synchronicity. At least I think. I mean, it's just my imagination, but I feel like I'm living Die Hard. I feel like I'm living. I am like that movie is kind of like a metaphor for my life and my purpose. Moving like in the big picture of like this one guy who was like, you know what, I'm gonna stand up to these fucking this evil group, like a whole group. It's a whole like a secret society. Not in the movie, but that like Bruce takes on this group of mercenaries all by himself. I know he's getting no support, but he's just so courageous, so fucking ballsy and charming at the same time, that like as he's like kicking their ass, taking them out, he's like winning us over and making us laugh while he does it. That's me. That's how I feel about myself. Like I have chosen to challenge the status quo and make everyone aware of all the injustice happening, all the injustice that's going on, if they didn't already know, and that it's so like when you look at it clearly, turn the lights on and shit. It's too much. It's so much. It's too much. I think that's why a lot of people put their heads in the sand, because it's just so fucking much. But that's all the more reason. Even so, and all the more reason to not put your head in the sand and take a stand with other people that care. We are stepping up to the bully that is our own government, the controllers of our government. Our government is neutral in and of itself, except that it's run by people who do have alliances and constituents that aren't American. In fact, I don't think the ones that like run the shit. I mean, aside from Trump and his crew, because they're legit, they're benevolent, they're legit. But the other ones, I forgot what I was saying about them. They suck. No, no, they do. Yeah, our government. Oh, we were talking about the controllers of government. Government is so much more corrupt than Americans think. Because they wouldn't be bragging. They wouldn't be bragging so much. Or wouldn't have been bragging for so long about how fucking awesome America is. Yeah, well, that's only because you're looking at all the good parts, or the cool parts, and the parts where we're like, yeah, fucking, yeah, Van Halen, AC/DC, we're awesome. It's AC/DC. Well, kids in my class were listening to AC/DC. I'm like, I know this shit. But, yeah, when you only selectively look at a picture, you don't even look at the ugly parts. Yeah, you can convince yourself that it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, like, not that it wouldn't be still, like, if you took in the whole thing, but, shallow judgment systems have been prevailing. That's why people don't see each other very well. They say it's hard to see yourself. They don't see each other very well either. Am I right? Because of projection. They're projecting. They just see themselves, like different aspects of themselves get cast out onto everyone and everything. And how will they ever know when they meet, someone who's like really off the chain? They wouldn't. They would just be like, dude, this person is. This is a different kind of game, but it's still a game, and they'll be projecting their shit onto them until I leave them in the dirt where I was born. No, until I leave them in the dust. Thank God for boundaries. Thank God for learning how to create boundaries, learning my value, and believing that still strongly. Getting better too. I went from a core belief of worthlessness for 38 years to a core value of something much higher. It's nowhere near worthless anymore. But I do focus on myself more. They say that the healthy way to like pour into someone else's cup is by having so much overflow in their own. And the metaphor stands. Like it stands to reason. They're like, this is the healthy way of doing that. Instead of just being like, hey, you jug around and just filling everybody else up. No. The idea is you're pouring all your energy, you're pouring everything into your own cup. Excuse me. And then some's gonna trickle out. It's overflowing. Go ahead, you can get some. You're gonna get some. Relax. Oh, this one YouTuber, he's like pretty great. He's a bit. I think he's UK. He's from UK, and he does a lot of teaching videos on like high level stuff, which is really cool. And this guy who's wearing a white beater and some sunglasses, and you're like, I'm not taking advice from this guy. But really, they should. They very much should. Because I wasn't the one who's... I didn't say that. I was attracted to what he was teaching and caliber of his ability to teach. It seemed like he was growing too. His comfortability with, with a lot of content. It's kind of late, but whatever. I'll stop this video. Yeah, no. Good night, Africa. Ah.